It's the Jaden Show, and here's your host, Jaden Cornelious.
Well, this is the show you've all been waiting for. It's the show with the amazing diva, the talent that is Nicki French. I am so bloody excited about today's show because not only am I going to chat with the wonderful woman that is Nicki French, but also you're going to get to hear her music and see some videos as well. It's going to be an amazing show. So if you haven't already subscribed, stop and subscribe and go and tell your friends and family, WhatsApp them, Insta them, whatever you need to do, and tell them that they need to be watching this show now because I have got a wonderful show in store for you today. It's going to be bloody wonderful. So let's go and see a little clip of our wonderful special guest, Nicki French.
Boy, now this is the end, and don't you pretend we'll work it through. How can I make it clear? I don't want you here, I'm through with you. There's clouds above, so run for cover now. My new ex-love, let me make it clear, I don't want you here. On your marks, get set, go away. Say goodbye, 'cause you don't have a say. You're no longer welcome to stay. Take away the misery, make it all a memory. On your marks, get set, go away. Like the clouds on a clearing day. Take a deep, deep breath. On your marks, get set, go away. Boy, when love rushes in, we think we can win, but who can know that love can leave on a whim as fast as the wind could ever blow. Get on your feet, get off your seat and go. I won't be beat, and I won't compete for the love I need. On your marks, get set, go away. Say goodbye, 'cause you don't have a say. You're no longer welcome to stay. Take away the misery, make it all a memory. On your marks, get set, go away. Like the clouds on a clearing day. Take a deep, deep breath. On your marks, get set, go away. Maybe when tomorrow comes, you'll find a brighter day. But for now, I've got to say to you, be a man, be on your On your marks, get set, go away. Say goodbye, 'cause you don't have a say. You're no longer welcome to stay. Take away the misery, make it all a memory. On your marks, get set, go away. Like the clouds on a clearing day. Take a deep, deep breath. On your marks, get set, go away. Say goodbye, 'cause you don't have a say. You're no longer welcome to stay. Take away the misery, make it all a memory. On your marks, get set, go away. Like the clouds on a clearing day. Take a deep, deep breath. On your marks, get set, go away. Be a man, be on your way. How was that, fellas?
Yeah, it was good.
I've heard better, to be honest.
How amazing. Get set. No. On your marks. Get set. Go away. Bloody love that song. That is so super cool. Let's go and meet this week's incredibly special guest, the amazing Nicki French, everybody. Nicki Goddess French. Welcome to the Jaden Show. Hello, lovely lady.
Oh, it's so lovely to see you. Thank you for having me.
No bloody idea how amazing it is. And just, we were chatting a bit earlier, but I was just so lost in Nicki Frenchville last night, just watching all of the most.
You get tablets for it, you know.
Well, I've actually booked two sessions of therapy because. No, but it was amazing. I was just so chuffed. And I was blown away by the most beautiful songs that you've recorded, just the things that you've been doing that I knew you're amazing, and you know, because I know that. But I didn't quite know how much you had done. I was like, oh my God, she's like my new idol.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, yes, it's energised cracking that whip, you see.
Well, that's what it is. And we've come a long way since Total Eclipse of the Heart and the Eurovision Song Contest, right? Yeah. But tell us about that. I mean, because that's kind of how it all started for you, right? The Total Eclipse era back in the 95, I think, wasn't it? That kind of time?
Yeah, it was. Well, it was. The first version I did was with our mutual friend, John Springate.
Okay.
He contacted me about recording vocals for the dance version of Total Eclipse. And when he first said it, I thought, oh, you don't muck around with classics like that. He then played a little bit of it on the phone to me, and I thought, oh, this kind of works. It won't suit my voice at all. There's no way I can sing this song. And I went to his studio, and it just worked. Something happened. And it was when it got picked up by Mike Stock and Matt Aitken, that's when it went stratospheric in 94, 95. And yeah, and I mean, I didn't know how wonderfully it would go. It started my sort of resurrection of my career, because I'd always worked in pubs and clubs and so on, and suddenly everything was in steps higher in terms of quality. And yeah, that was the start of my sort of existence, really. Wow. Around entertainment world, traveling the world.
You still go back to that song? I mean, is that still like a regular on your gigs and stuff like that? Is it always?
Oh yes, I cannot remember the last time I didn't sing Total Eclipse in my set. I have to. I mean, there's sometimes the Eurovision shows I don't sing Total Eclipse, because I now have whole sort of broad spectrum of Eurovision songs to sing. But yeah, it used to be that Total Eclipse would be in there for the duration.
And do you still love it? Does it still give you that same buzz, or is it just like, I'm
very lucky. I remember once meeting, you know, the group Odyssey.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
I was working with them on a show one time, and it was Total Eclipse had only just sort of hit the charts, and I was kind of in awe of all these other artists that I'd bought their records. And I was chatting to one of the ladies from Odyssey backstage, and she said to me, always sing songs that you know you're going to like, because you don't know what you're going to get saddled with forever. It was like, that's very good advice.
Funny, I actually read a little thing about Frank Sinatra hating with a passion Strangers in the Dark.
Strangers in the Night.
Strangers in the Night, yeah. One of his biggest songs, and he abhorred it. Absolutely hated it.
There you go. That's it. And I'm lucky there's possibly 2 songs out of my whole repertoire that I would say, I'm not keen on singing those, but everything else I make a point. I get sent songs to record, and I've turned down plenty. With when Energize send me a song to sing, there's plenty that I'll say no, I can't see me enjoying that for duration. You really don't know what you're going to get saddled with. I mean, I'm very, very lucky. All the songs have been even minor successes for me, but a lot of them that have been big successes, particularly on the gay circuit. I just love singing them. I mean, Total Eclipse is just a dream. It's lovely because also so easy. You get the audience going as well.
Oh, of course.
So and I love performing it. I love hearing the audience singing along as well. It's just great.
Oh, amazing. Has Mrs. Tyler ever commented about your version? Have you ever heard anything or met her or?
No, she did. Some years ago, she contacted the organisers of Cardiff Mardi Gras and suggested that we formed it together.
Wow.
On stage. That was the plan. And then some other work came in for her in somewhere like Belgium or Denmark or something. So she couldn't make it. Yeah, I think that would have been quite a YouTube sensation.
Well, maybe it will still happen. Who knows? Bonnie, if you're looking, you need to be on the stage with this sister. This sister, she's this side. That would be amazing. How amazing would that be?
It would be great. It would be great.
Goodness. And then, so you're now a megastar. Okay.
Well, I wouldn't quite go that far.
I think pretty much you're still a megastar, and then you're chosen to represent the United Kingdom in the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, see, I'm already flying it for you, sister, as well. Don't worry. Wow, how was that? I remember I was I think it was 97 that I was in the Song for Europe, and we had 35,000 fans in our fan base at the time, which was quite big for a newly signed group. And we were singing a song called Lighten Up. And every other, I think for the whole history of the Eurovision Song Contest, there's always been a TV show to elect the one that is going to represent England. This was the only year they took it off TV and put it on BBC Radio 2 at 11 o'clock on a Wednesday morning when all of our fans were at school, and we never got to represent the UK. But we were the top. It's actually the year that Katrina and the Waves won. So
that's right.
We did it. But
that's a very good friend of mine now. We meet regularly for lunch.
Yeah, well, I was in the Song for Europe that year, but it was the only year they didn't televise the elections.
Oh my goodness!
So we still have a little Eurovision connection. So I was a runner-up in the Song for Europe. But yeah, so how was that experience for you?
Amazing.
Really?
I mean, I had always been a huge fan of Eurovision anyway. You know, I still remember back in the 70s,
Donna,
not letting me stay up. Oh, I loved it. So, I mean, when I was asked for quotes for interviews and so on, I used to say, no, I'm never going to be a very good runner or tennis player or whatever. So Eurovision was, for me, my Olympics, effectively. Was just so enjoyable from the moment we were chosen right the way through. Even not doing well, it was,
but not doing bad, and considering there's a lot of politics involved as well. Well, no,
it was the worst ever UK.
But actually, one of the best bloody vocal performances for the UK, because I've seen quite a few of us on there that have sounded absolute shite live, and you rocked it, girl. Totally.
It was just amazing. It really was an amazing experience, and I've stayed very connected with the whole Eurovision setup since. I co-host the London Eurovision Party every year with Paddy O'Connell, and the fans all know me. I mean, my April and May are usually lovely and busy because there's Eurovision gigs to do everywhere. And it's a wonderful network to be a part of. I love it. Absolutely love it.
It's really funny.
I made some great friends.
Yeah, it's a cult now, isn't it? Quite frankly.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And because we did so well this year, I think the world's our oyster next year as far as possibly hosting it goes, and then the shows coming in. I think touch wood, it's going to be a very good year. I mean, whether we do well or not, it's going to be great.
It's going to be fun anyway, right? Absolutely. It's quite interesting because I was, like yourself, a huge fan of the Eurovision. And now I'm living in Mexico and I'm singing in bars and restaurants and I can sing whatever I want. It doesn't matter what genre. I've got Long, Long Live Love and Waterloo and all kinds of everything remind me of you. I'm like, I wanted to sing these since I was like this high.
But do they know them?
Do you know what? Really bizarrely, the Mexicans know. But some of the Americans that come here and the Canadians and the English on holiday here, because Cancun is like a huge holiday destination. Yes, and I said there is nowhere else in the world that you can get a tattooed, short, fat English boy singing Pavarotti, Olivia Newton-John, Dana, Brotherhood of Man. Only here in this restaurant you're going to get this show. Whitney Houston, like the lot.
Wonderful.
It's amazing to see. Quite interesting to see what people. Like, I sing a lot of jazz, like Frank Sinatra and stuff like that. And the Mexicans always sing on Fly Me to the Moon. And the Mexicans know every single word. I'm just like, I never would have thought that there was such like a jazz crowd here because they're into their... And I also sing a lot of Mexican classics as well. You know, a lot of their mariachi and a lot of their, you know, Luis Miguel and stuff like that. So it's really interesting that they all know the Frank Sinatra and that as well. It's really, really bizarre.
That's amazing.
Really cool. But no, I love to do that little bit of Eurovision because that's what I wanted to be when I grew up.
Oh, bless you. I have to say, it really was one of the most special experiences of my whole life.
You, and so well deserved because you're such a bloody amazing artist, Mrs. Well, maybe you'll have to do a rerun and enter it again with another song. I'm sure Johnny Springate will be up for writing another.
I would love to, but I don't think the BBC would be bothered with me. You know, they just wouldn't. They like to go for the new blood, and you know, big dividends this year, definitely.
Yeah. No, well, but at least you're still part of it, and you'll always be remembered as being part of it. So where do you go? I mean, after Total Eclipse, after Euro, I mean, what does Nicki French do? Does she just sit back and have a ham and cheese sandwich and a cup of tea and think, I've done everything I set out to do? You know, or is it
No. I carried on working. I carried on with my gigs. Something. I mean, when I was a teenager, and I was studying music and drama at college, I never planned on going down the pop route. I never planned on being a pop singer. I wanted to do musical theatre.
Okay.
And so, very, very late in my career, I'm now doing musical theatre, having just done a 5-month tour with Menopause the Musical too. Yeah. And I love doing theatre. I mean, pantomime every Christmas is just so much fun for me. I love it. I love discipline that theatre gives you because you have to be able to get out there and do the same thing
on it. Absolutely.
Show.
Yeah.
Particularly when you're singing as well, it's a roaster on the voice, and so I love disciplining myself. You know, when I'm either doing a panto for a few weeks, or as I say, I've just done this 5-month tour. I love the discipline that it gives me. I've been home 2 weeks. I trimmed up. I got toned. I was kind of losing weight. Got back here. I've been home 2 weeks. Everything's expanded again.
But do you get withdrawals? Like, because like it's something so amazing? Do you just kind of like do this when you get back? And
sort of. I mean, I miss the girls terribly because there were 5 of us.
Yeah, of course.
Doing the tour. That was it. 4 people on stage, plus our understudy / resident director. But you know, we did lots of things together. We were. You know, you're stuck together for the whole 5 months, basically. Yeah. And I do miss the girls very much. Every day at the moment, I'm thinking, I'll just give them a call. Or I'll do it later. Then it gets later and you don't do it. Tomorrow I am getting on that phone and phoning them all.
Oh, bless you, mate. So, panto. I can't slap my thigh because it's under my table. So, so what's coming up in the future for you now? I mean, is it going to be Menopause the Musical 3?
There is a menopausal musical
Really?
being written.
How
I
sensible.
think the plan is that Menopause 2 is going back out next year. I don't know if I'll be invited to be part of it. I don't know if I can be part of it, because I really, really missed being part of Eurovision this year, and particularly since we did so well. Some might say I should stay away from Eurovision, then we'll do well again.
Oh, no, they don't.
Very good, link the two. I don't know. I haven't made any decisions yet.
No.
I haven't been offered anything yet. So,
You've got time to sit and think and work. But you're still recording, you're still doing new material.
Still recording. There's a new album on the way. I started recording the track back in, well, it'll probably be 2019.
Wow, before COVID.
Someone coughed in 2020. So for the next 2 years, there
You
was
didn't do
nothing.
anything? No.
Yeah. When the restrictions were eased slightly, I managed to get back in the studio and I recorded a couple more tracks. So I've done all my stuff, which is all the vocals. And as you know, with me, I'm too heavy on the vocals. It's like I spend 3.5 hours doing the backing vocals, working on them, working out some others, doing some other bits, then half an hour to do the lead vocal. I sort of think, I want to carry on doing some more backing vocals, and I keep layering them and adding another harmony and another harmony. Yes, I've done all my vocals now, and the tracks are with producers who do their magic. And originally, I think the plan was that the album would be released early this year, but because I was on the tour, it made sense to just sort of delay it slightly. So I think it will be towards the end of the year or possibly early next year, depending.
Now, because you're not only famous, well, I mean, worldwide anyway, but you have a bit of a following-ette this side of the pond, quite frankly, a little bit south of me.
A bit more south, yes.
More south than me.
My darling Brazil. Yeah,
how
Brazil.
amazing. I'm so jealous. The boys in that country are fine. Oh, my goodness. How
love it.
cool.
Because I work with a live band over in Brazil, and it's just wonderful. And just yesterday, I had wonderful sort of chat with Nino and Vinny, who are band leader and keyboard player and vocalist. And so Vinny's great at English, so he was translating for Gino and I, and we were going through a list of songs, and I've said to them some new ones to incorporate into the show. So there's going to be lots of sort of linked medley type songs going on. Usual sort of well-known ones. I'd originally planned on doing a short of Is There Anybody Out There into a short version of Stop in the Name of Love, and then a short bit of something else. And Gino actually said, no, we have to do the full songs of those because they are still very, very popular over here in Brazil. So I was like, that's fine by me. That's good. That's good.
Oh, bloody amazing. So when did you go?
So the Brazilians have taste, because
Obviously.
the best song I've ever recorded in my life, and I've said it time and again, is Do You Ever Really Love Me? It's the title of the song, and it is Brazil's favourite Nicki French song. So I love doing that over there. Wow,
amazing. Well, when do you go?
I go at the beginning of August.
Ooh.
Until, well, pretty much the whole of August. I think I return on the 22nd, 23rd. Anybody thinking of burgling my house, please don't, because there's plenty of security. And actually, I've got someone moving in while I'm gone. No, I love going to Brazil. It's just
I've never been. It's actually one of my dream places to visit, to be fair.
I'm
a bit closer than I was before, effectively, I guess. But
the people are just, there's a gentleness about the people over there. And the reaction I get, it's just wonderful. It really is wonderful.
Make sure you wave as you're crossing the Caribbean. Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry? So make sure you wave as you're crossing the Caribbean.
I shall, yes, if I can wait.
But working with a live band as well just adds a total new dimension, doesn't it?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Completely. I'm excited for you. Maybe one year I'll get a chance to pop down there while you're playing. That'll be bloody amazing.
Yes.
But can't be that far. I find it funny.
Over the Panama Canal?
Oh, just down the road, isn't it? Like, I found it quite interesting explaining to my mother that the flight from Mexico City to Cancun is pretty much the same as from London to Barcelona. You know?
Wow.
And it's like, and we're one of the smallest countries in well, we're still North America, but we're one of the smallest countries in this region. You know, you go to Brazil and stuff like that, it's just like, the whole map is blue. It's unbelievable.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
So,
I mean, São Paulo State, where I tend to be based, São Paulo State is the size of the United Kingdom. You know, and it's hard to grasp.
Yeah.
You say, "Oh, I'm going to São Paulo," and people think
it's like
going to the city.
Yeah.
And I am usually in the city, but São Paulo State is vast. You know, you can drive for 6-7 hours and you're still in São Paulo State.
Mad, right? How mad is that? Yeah, we kind of lose that kind of that facility of distance living in the UK.
Yeah.
We think, I've got to go 2 hours to Devon, man. That's like...
I know, exactly, yeah. I've got to drive to Birmingham. It's going to take an hour and a half.
I know. I do that. I'm thinking, I'm going to go to Tulum this weekend. It'll be amazing. It's only down the road, and it literally is an hour and a half journey. Whereas I would never be like, I'm just going to Birmingham this weekend just for a coffee and to look at the beach.
Exactly.
Bloody crazy. So people have said, and I don't remember, you're going to have to remind me, people have said that we've worked together before. Do you remember?
I think I do.
The city lights have pulled you in, and now you start to come alive, and it's too late to save your soul. Just when you thought you were in heaven, there's a fire down below. Just take me where the music's playing loud and set my spirit free. I feel my temperature rise again. I know how to satisfy me. Yeah, I'm gonna dance with this devil tonight. I'm gonna help myself to what I feel is right. Dance with this devil tonight. I'm gonna get my share. I know I've got to be there. Go dance with the devil. Go dance with the devil. Just take me up higher and higher. Take me anywhere you want to, anywhere you go. I'll be your fool for no reason. There's no space in time that'll make me change my mind. Just take me where the music's playing loud and set my spirit free. I feel my temperature rise again. I know how to satisfy me. Yeah, I'm gonna dance with this devil tonight. I'm gonna help myself to what I feel is right. Dance with this devil tonight. I'm gonna get my share. I know I've got to be there. The city lights have pulled you in, and now you start to come alive, and it's too late to save your soul. Just when you thought you were in heaven, there's a fire down below. Just take me where the music's playing loud, set my spirit free. I feel my temperature rise again. I know how to satisfy me. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna dance with the devil tonight. I'm gonna help myself to what I feel is right. Dance with the devil tonight. I'm gonna get my share. I know I've got to be there. Go dance with the devil. 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 Go.
Oh my goodness. That was only, what, 6 months ago?
I wish. Oh my goodness, we had so much fun.
It was fucking
It
hilarious.
was giggle mania.
I was super chuffed to meet you. That was, and obviously working
I
on
just
John's
can't
video.
remember. I remember driving there, and I cannot remember what area it was. It was
I have no
it was
idea.
in London, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think it was that far from John's place. I can't. Do you know what? I really cannot. All I know is I'm not being disrespectful in any way, shape, or form, but after doing this, which felt like 73 minutes, I kind of amnesia. Like, I just remember doing that, feeling faint, lots of dried ice and cameras, and I don't remember much else of the day anymore.
It was like we were doing it so well. We were all perfectly synced. Then I think I went wrong, and I just got the giggles. So you see on the video that I'm just giggling away.
It was,
Oh dear.
it was amazing. But
So
I just, it's quite depressing. I had no waist and so much hair. Now I have no hair and so much waist. I don't know what's happened.
Hideous mask at the end.
Yeah.
Was it John wearing that or something? Oh, it was.
Yeah, that was John.
scary.
Yeah. We need to talk to him about this. And we might need to do a remake just for the whole hell of it.
That
Why
was
not?
So funny.
It'll be hilarious.
Good song.
It's a great song. And
It was a really good song.
I think it was just as I was kind of becoming well known with my group. So I think it's just as I was starting. So for me, I think it was the first music video. So
Oh,
I was
wow.
just, and of course I was with, Nicki French. So of course it was kind of like, I was pretty stoked about the whole day. I just felt so pop star and glam.
It was just so funny.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
It was amazing. So obviously you've changed a little bit since then. You're doing more.
Yeah, outwards. Yeah.
No, but just watching your videos, like I said, Haunted Heart, don't play that song again. We've just seen On Your Marks, Get Set, Go Away, which is actually,
I love that song.
it's up there with my favourites. I've got the song that we're going to end this show, which is called This Love, is actually, I found it really moving and wonderful and moving. And obviously the diva Maisie Trollet as well, who I've known from
Lovely
the
David Raven. Yes.
Nice
I
start.
was so gobsmacked when he turned up for the filming. Mike Stock had been in touch with, I don't even know who he'd been in touch with. Someone suggested David for the part in the filming, and it just worked. It was a lovely couple of days of filming. Just split with my then partner, who I discovered sort of the night before had been fooling around with some other woman. So he had broken my heart that night, and had to get up early the next morning
and sing an
and go
emotionally
down
driven
and do this
song.
filming. That's it. Yes. Yes. So
Oh.
thank you for that.
Oh my goodness, mate. That song is beautiful. And
It's a lovely song.
It's a great song. It's such a
And
beautiful song.
I'm so grateful to Mike for writing it. You know, he'd suggested for a few years that we'd worked together again. And, you know, he came up with this song and I thought, oh, I like this. And it just worked. And it's a shame that we didn't get to work together after. You know, it sort of, I couldn't wait much longer. You know, I'm someone that likes to be active. I like to be in the studio a lot. I like to do my shows. And, you know, he had so much on that he couldn't really sort of commit. So I ended up going back to Energize, which was fabulous because they're very happy to just keep getting me in the studio, and they get given some wonderful, wonderful songs.
Yeah.
So it's worked great.
Oh, super amazing. I've always
been friends for years as well.
I remember contacting Energize many, many years ago and saying, "Can I come and play?" But I didn't get back from them. But and also, I also recorded with Mike Stock in the 90s as well. Cannot remember. It's the only song that I recorded that I don't have a copy of. I can't even remember the name of it now because obviously it's like 14 centuries away. But I remember that he said, "You sing too English, Jaden." Because I was going like your eyes rather than your eyes and things like that. And I had to change it. I had to kind of sing more pop because I was doing pop, but I never really had any experience. I was just a lucky boy who got kind of well known doing what I was doing. Now I can sing. I couldn't sing.
He's always been very good on diction.
Oh, he's amazing.
Something I was very surprised with when I first recorded Total Eclipse for him. You know, I was in the studio and he was very particular, making sure you could understand the lyrics. There's a sort of fine line between. Yeah,
you don't want someone from Downton Abbey singing a pop song.
Yeah, he didn't want it to. Yeah, you don't want to sound like Julie Andrews.
You've got to love in the palm of my hand. It's not going to work.
Dance with the devil tonight.
I actually dumped a guy back in the day, and this is really how shallow I am on so many levels. Because I came in one day from work, and he was in the kitchen singing, "I don't think you're ready for this jelly, 'cause my body's too bootylicious for you, baby." And I was like, "You've got to go. You can't sing Beyonce and stay in my life like that." Like, no, I can't do it anymore. Yeah, but no, Mike Stock was. We've worked with so many of the same people. He was just such. Well, he's a ledge as well, isn't he? To be fair.
It's amazing being in the studio with him.
Yeah.
He knows what he wants, and he's very, very particular.
Yeah.
And then when you've done your thing, he takes it away and molds it and works it, and it's fabulous. He's a superb writer, producer, everything.
And that's why he's so bloody successful.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, and works with the best people. So kudos to you, sister.
Oh,
so
thank you.
Brazil.
It was a joy working with him, I have to say.
I'm sure it
was lovely.
The songs are amazing. So where can people find you on social media?
So I'm on Facebook, and my Twitter account is Nicki Frenchy. Apparently someone set up an Instagram for me, but I have no idea what it is.
Well, it was lots of photos of dogs and flowers and stuff like that, but apparently it was _Nicki_French_. But we can share it, we'll get more followers. Right? But there was no photos of you.
I've never done it. It was Mike Stock when I worked on This Love. He said, you need to get an Instagram account. We've set one up for you.
Okay.
Then we didn't work together again, and I've never known what the details were. So
I'll post it, and you can follow you.
Oh, marvelous! Yes, but no, I am on Facebook and a Twitter thing, and there is a website which I need to update. Actually, I do need to update.
And what website's that?
NickiFrench.com.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to share.
Nicki. Sure, it's Nicki. Otherwise. Apparently there's a porn queen in the United States that spells it Nikki.
Okay, Nicki. People at home, Especially if you're under
Right,
18, you
people.
don't want to be misdirected. Don't want any cause for any complaints. Well, during this interview, underneath going this way for the whole interview, are all the links of where you can find Nicki. And you really need to go and be checking this woman out and the most amazing material and find out what she's about. So, new album, Brazil, maybe Menopause 3. What else? Anything else coming?
Maybe Panto or Christmas shows.
Amazing.
Nothing's been confirmed yet.
Okay.
Hopefully in the next couple of days, but I have to do another interview.
Well, funny you should say that, right? Because I do a little Wednesday thing called Jaden Show Special. So if you've got Panto coming out or a gig or a show, we can do this. It's literally a 5-minute interview just saying what you can tell me about your Panto, what's coming up.
I will update you.
So we'll do a Jaden Show Special when it's coming up to the... And your music's on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, everywhere, right?
Everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. And or you can order direct from energizerecords.com.
Perfect.
Energize.com.
Okay, well, I will search that link and I'll make sure it's put on the YouTube at the end of it as well.
Thank
and
you.
I think, darling, it's been nearly 30 years since we
a long
caught up.
time.
And I don't think as good as we were dance-wise, we pretty much gave Janet Jackson and Beyonce a bit of a run for their money, I feel.
Oh, they learnt from the best, didn't they? They learnt from us.
Well, I've seen a couple of these moves in some of the Beyonce videos. Maybe we need to be contacting her management. But anyway, I do think we need to, at some point, do a bit of a collab.
Oh, that would be great. With John Springate.
Absolutely. Let's do a duet. Let's get something like "Don't Go Breaking My Heart."
I couldn't if I tried.
We should do something amazing. Right, so watch this space, people at home. There could be a Nicki Jaden special coming out in the next couple of years. That would be lovely. And we will stay in touch. Darling, I wish you untold happiness, untold luck.
And thank you so much for having me on here. And all the very, very, very best to you as well.
Thank you.
Stay safe and look after yourself. And I will definitely see you very, very soon.
Absolutely. And remember, you always have a little home in Mexico. So whenever you're about,
thank you.
You want to sit on that Caribbean beach with a prawn cocktail and a margarita.
Oh, I don't do prawns. But...
Well, there you go then. Hamburger and a Coke. You know you've got a place, right?
Thank you.
So, cool. Nicki French, thank you for joining my show. You're amazing.
Take care.
Biggest love, my darling. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my tears. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that the best of all the years have gone by. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified and then I see the look in your eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. Every now and then I fall apart. And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever. And if you're lonely, hold me tight. We'll be holding on forever. And we'll only be making it right. 'Cause we'll never is only love in the dark. Nothing I can say, total eclipse of the heart. Nothing I can do, a total eclipse of the heart. Nothing I can do, a total eclipse of the Once I had a dream. I thought we had everything, living such a perfect life. We had it all, and our love took flight deep into the night. Now I'm alone again, but I'm gonna be strong. And the tears that I have cried, you'll never see. Oh, the crying in vain was never for me. Don't play that song again, reminding me of how it used to be. Don't play that song again, I wish it could be like before, when you were here with me. Oh yeah. Oh DJ, please don't play that song again. Time changes everything, and that's what they say. But it's too late for regrets when all's said and done. It just wasn't meant to be. Now I'm the lonely one. Don't play that song again, reminding me of how it used to be. Don't play that song again, I wish it could be like before, when you were here with me. Oh yeah. Oh DJ, please don't play that song again. Don't play that song again, reminding me of how it used to be. Don't play that song again, I wish it could be like before, when you were here with me. Oh yeah. Oh DJ, please don't play that song again. No. Oh DJ, please don't play that song again. That song again. Don't play that song again.
Oh my god, she's bloody amazing. Bloody amazing. And I really can't leave this show without showing you another one of my favourite songs from her collection. This is called This Love, and I'm going to show you before we leave this show. But before I go, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for being so much part of my Jaden Show experience. It's really, really wonderful. Thank you for your messages and your support and your sharings and your views and your subscriptions and your likes. I can't do it without you, so please continue. It'll be amazing. Please make sure you are following me. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, everywhere. So please make sure you're following me, supporting my work as well. It'd be really, really wonderful to catch up with you on other platforms. And my music is also available on Spotify as well, so you can hear some of my stuff. But before I go, I'm gonna show you this video with the amazing Nicki French. This is called This Love.
This love We can swear it now, change the future from today. And it's in our hands, we can make a plan and honor every word we say. Yes, we've got the choices,